Ibrahim Traoré. Fellas, we're going to talk about Ibrahim Traoré. Yes, I know we've spoken about this man quite a number of times now. But yeah, we're going to do that because when things to complain are around, we do complain. When things are good, we need to talk about it. We need to examine this man's brain because it's very interesting. So Ibrahim Traoré is president to this country. It's called Burkina Faso. He's a brand new president. And what has happened a few days ago, a businessman has reached out to some soldiers that are very close to him, offering them a big amount of money, about 5 billion CFA franc. So that's around about $6 million. Obviously, to some soldiers that don't earn a lot of money, you know what I mean? $6 million. These are very close to the president to overthrow the government, overthrow the president, actually to make a coup. And they have found out about this. Very interesting. Let's watch.
C'est une affaire digne d'un film de fiction qui révèle une fois de plus jusqu'où de sinistres individus et leurs mentors.
Oh, look at that car. It's a Shangan car. Shangan is, by the way, a Chinese brand. Okay, that shows you Ibrahim Traoré is not looking to the West. He doesn't have time for that. He's looking into Russia and China. And that's clear. Oh, that's just, comments. Let's continue.
Mentors sont prêts à aller pour assouvir leur soif de déstabilisation du pays afin de s'aimer le chaos pour de sombres intérêts. Il y a quelques jours de cela, un individu entre en contact avec des soldats et leur propose un marché juteux. Des actions de déstabilisation contre une très forte somme d'argent. Les éléments rendent compte immédiatement à leurs supérieurs, instruction leur est donnée de jouer le jeu. Marché conclu, assuré de la bonne marche de son funeste projet et convaincu de sa réussite, l'individu en question mobilise la somme promise et la remise effective se fait ce vendredi 8 novembre.
Look at that amount. Look at the money in cases, in bags. That's like old school. No electronic transaction. Cash, hard cash. No traceable. Crazy. Let's continue.
Plusieurs grosses valises bourrées de billets de banque. Le montant total donne le tournis. 5 milliards de francs CFA. Au moment de la remise, l'individu au funeste dessein découvre qu'il est dans la nasse. Trop tard. L'argent est remis ici au trésor en attendant d'en savoir davantage sur son origine.
Fellas, we're going to talk about Burkina Faso as much as possible because what this man is doing, it's unseen before. Okay, so Ibrahim Traoré has come to power, overthrowing the previous government that was very much subjected to French and European power. Okay, the country has been colonized by France for many, many years. They had the independence in the 1960s like many other French colonies in Africa. And after that, they feel like their presidents have been all working for the interest of France and not the interest of the people. Ibrahim Traoré came with his people overthrowing the president. They didn't unalive him though. He was very lucky. For the one purpose, which is helping the people of Burkina Faso have a much better life. And he kicked out French soldiers from the country, because French soldiers were stationed in Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, supposedly to fight terrorism. Okay? But the terrorism they came to fight never ended. It's crazy. I mean, you're an African country. You are rattled by terrorists. France say we can help you fight terrorists. They come into your country over 10 years. They're unable to kick out terrorism. Apparently, it looks like the terrorists are getting stronger. You start asking yourself questions. In the meantime, you have to pay the French soldiers millions of dollars every day. That's crazy, isn't it? Okay, so they say, you know what? We're going to do this ourselves. France, get out. Get out of the country. We're going to do this ourselves. Matter of fact, we're turning to Russia because we feel like Russia doesn't have any interest. Okay, everybody has interest, but Russia doesn't have interest like you want to have interest in our country. They're sort of fairer than you are. Now, Ibrahim Traoré is one person that's not liked very much right now. They don't like him because he's very straightforward. He tells it as it is. He doesn't match his words. And the soldiers were offered 5 billion CFA franc, equivalent to $8 million, to go and overthrow the president. Now, fellas, let me put it this way for you. African military don't earn a lot of money in most African countries, especially not in Burkina Faso that's going through a difficult time right now. So just imagine a person that can possibly change their life forever being offered $8 million, him and his bunch of military that are very close to the president, to just unalive the president and take pop. You know what I mean? If you unalive the president, you probably get $8 million plus positions, right? They certainly offered him position. You just have to go a mission, give him one in the head. You're gonna get $1 million for free and a position as a general or something, and you can have access to money. Now, these soldiers acted like they were okay with this deal, and they took this person, they lured him into a trap, and they took him to the government and gave him over. Congratulations. Congratulations, because this is how they know they get Africans. Listen, you want to get an African to sell his brother, show him money. Show him money. Yes, Burkina Faso are very different kind of Africans. Yes, I've been there before, I know what I'm talking about. You can't put Burkina Faso alongside many African countries, I'm sorry. Their values, their morals is completely different. The nationalism, the love of the country, and the patriotic feeling, it's out of this world. Congratulations to them for not selling out this brand new president who's working very hard for a brand new country. Now, who orchestrated this situation? You may ask yourself a question. Well, many people will say maybe it's France, because France is the country that doesn't like Burkina Faso anymore because Burkina Faso kicked them out. All right? Now, the president himself has something to say about this. He thinks he knows who's trying to destabilize the country. So the president says he's got proof that Benin is hosting French military. These militaries from France are in Benin with the goal of training terrorists to go attack Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali. And these three countries, Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali, for context, are the three African countries that have kicked out French soldiers out of the land. They say, go, we don't want anything to do with you anymore. Now, they are accusing Benin, here's Benin, of hosting French soldiers. They were also accusing Ivory Coast. Here's Ivory Coast. So Ivory Coast is here, Benin is here, Burkina Faso is here, Mali is here, Niger is here. So Ivory Coast and Benin are cooperating with France. These three other countries, Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali, are not cooperating with France anymore. Now, Ivory Coast and Benin supposedly are hosting French soldiers. These soldiers are commandos ready for action. Whenever there's an opportunity, they can go into one of these countries and destabilize. Now, remember, Niger refused to open its border with Benin because they say they have information that Benin is hosting French soldiers, and they have military bases in Benin that are hosting soldiers. Where did they get the intelligence from? Mostly Russia. Okay, let's follow what the president said.
Nous n'avons rien contre le peuple ivoirien, mais nous avons quelque chose avec ceux qui dirigent la Côte d'Ivoire.
Okay, we have nothing against the Ivorian people, but we are against the people that are leading Ivory Coast. Let's go.
Nous le disons et nous le répétons encore. Laissez-moi vous dire quelque chose.
Look out the people of the president.
Il y a bel et bien à Abidjan un centre des opérations pour déstabiliser notre pays.
So he's saying we have nothing against Ivory Coast or Ivorians. We have issue with the leaders of Côte d'Ivoire who have sold the country to French people. That's what he's saying. So he's just reiterating, reminding the people, our war is not against you. Our war is against your leaders. And now he's talking about Benin as well. Listen.
Il y a bel et bien deux bases, une vers Kandi et l'autre en allant vers Porga ou je ne sais pas quelle localité. Des pistes ont été réaménagées à plus de 3000 mètres de long. Des avions atterrissent, les gens équipent et forment les terroristes là-bas. Nous avons des enregistrements audio d'agents français au Bénin là-bas qui se jouent le centre des opérations des terroristes. Ils montent les opérations avec eux. Ils les aident à se soigner. Ils font tout ce qu'il y a là-bas. Nous avons tous les détails sur eux.
So this is the very first time that Burkina Faso declares very openly that there are indeed French soldiers in Benin. Because before only Niger said there were French soldiers in Benin. And the Beninese president said it's absolutely nonsense. Listen to him.
We have been patient because our wish is that the two peoples continue to live together in harmony, and that the authorities on both sides work for common development in the fight against terrorism, against the insecurity which is currently raging in north of Benin, particularly from the southern countries of the Sahel, that's Burkina Faso and Niger. But unfortunately, we do not observe, and as time passes, we learn that they say Benin would have massed troops on its border with foreign forces to invade Niger, which by common sense totally ridiculous. There is no reason for Benin to attack Niger, or the Nigerian authorities, with foreign forces. We don't know where it comes from. Is it just because we need a scapegoat or what? I don't know.
So who's telling the truth? First, Niger accusing Benin of hosting French soldiers who are supposedly training terrorists and are getting ready to attack one of these countries in case the needs occurred. Then now Burkina Faso is confirming. He said, we have audios, we have proof, we have conversation and interaction. We even know they've built a small airport that allows flights to descend and to ascend.
As part of our strategy, we have planned and implemented the construction of a number of small military camps, which is perhaps what the Nigerian authorities are talking about. Perhaps they are of such high quality that Niger thinks African countries are not capable of building such high-standard infrastructure.
This is what it is, fellas. When somebody's fought very much, I'm sure you understand what direction he's leading to. Let me know how you feel about this. Do you think he's being absolutely out of his mind, thinking that he's trying to be unalived? He's doing a little too much by thinking that French are hiding somewhere next to Benin and Ivory Coast? Or you think this president actually needs to be protected because of the cause he's fighting for? Ariel. God bless.